Right, people, here's how I lost 109.98. It's basically a break even because it's minus 36.66 across 3 different combines. Only combines. We're in fucking eval jail, boys. It's not a good time. We're currently just back testing, well, forward testing Powell's model. 10 o'clock wick, 79% extension. Anyway, yeah, so coming into the day, this is the initial trade I took. Now, this is weird. Trades today felt very strange. I'll get into that in a little minute, but let's zoom in a little bit. So, coming into the day, what are we doing? We're respecting bullish, disrespecting bearish, inversed this 1 hour gap here on NQ, and then we were respecting this bullish 1 hour. I'm bullish. Drop down onto the 15-minute because there's no other obvious gaps. We got this 15-minute gap with an intermediate low below it. Now I thought, oh, that'd be pretty cool. Come down, sweep that out, sorted. It was also the OTE of this, 15-minute leg. That was 79% extension to a T. Crazy. Anyway, so it came down 79% extension. Inside the OTE, inside a bullish 15-minute. Also with an external SMT. Now, market opened, came down, made that external SMT, touched that in the intermediate low. And then there was no good 1 minute above. So I opted instead for a 30-second gap. 30-second gap, I entered, got a really late fill, went break even literally as soon as this candle closed, just because obviously we had the 1 minute above and things like that. That's probably 79% extension of this bearish leg. So if we're going to continue lower, see that. And yeah, we ended up, because of the stop loss, doubling our risk. Well, I did 3 micros instead of 5 at a 50 to 100, and it did not hit. We ran 79 points profit. See, this is the thing, right? Because I'm having to extend my stop loss, keep the fixed risk to reward, I'm having to extend my TP as well, when it would normally, it runs my entire regular TP almost instantly. I'll get into this again in a minute, but really annoyed me because it ran 79 points, and if I'd have just risked normal 25 to 50, we'd have been fine. But for some reason I'm doubling the risk because of the increased volatility, and it's really fucking me because I end up just getting break even. So at 50 points I started trailing. So I trailed here, trailed here, and got tapped out on 3 micros at about 49.50. Okay, that put us up. I think it was like 220 on the day because we got like a bad fill. Anyway, we come down, we sweep out this internal high. This news, I don't know what this news data high is. It's the most volume we had during all of London, and it was only like 70 points. And then we got a 1 minute inverse to the downside. I was like, okay, maybe that's, the manipulation up to flip bearish. So I entered once again 50 to 100. And then I went break even. Why did I go break even here? Because it was a retest of the 30-second gap that we got in. So I went break even here, got break even on the next candle. Bang. Right. Then we come up, diddle daddle for a bit. I say, right, I'm done. I'm not seeing anything. What the fuck is this? And then we come back down. And what happens when we come back down, guys? Oh no, did I take another break even? How many trades? Oh my god, see, this is such a bad day. 3 trades, okay, so I didn't. But we were retesting this previously in first 5 minute gap. Where are we? Yeah, but we just shot straight through it. And then this setup pronounced itself. Now, I can't, seems really bad, but I can't remember seeing why I entered here. It's because it was in the 15-minute again, and we had an external and internal SMT, and on the entire 15-minute leg, I think from Wait, what the fuck? From here. No, because it was from here to this new high, wasn't it? Yeah. So we were in the OTE of that. We then also got, so we had the external SMC off inspect element. What are you doing? We then just got a 30-second inverse. Now this was a weak inverse. Inverse entered on the inverse in the gap, fib level, entered straight to my stop loss. So that just wiped out minus 250 because that's what we risk. So that was all the profit we made, minus 36.66. And yeah, this Powell trade would have just lost as well. But I was forward testing that. But overall, it was a really shitty day. This is more of like I wasn't like nervous to get into a position. That makes sense, but it was just, I'm gonna record a little bit for the vlog. Gotta show them what we're doing. There we go. I wasn't nervous, but trading has just felt really weird over this past week because it's increased volatility. It's more volatile, but it's slower, if that makes sense. Like, it's much, much bigger moves. But when we opened, we sort of made a big move down pre-market. And then, like, we made moves, but it just didn't feel like we were clean. It's really weird. It just did not feel clean whatsoever. And I'm having to double my risk, which means double my take profit. However, my original take profit gets smacked, and it normally runs about 75 to 80 points, and then goes. And then it just goes the other way, which is why we got break even on that second trade. Because if we had have just entered on this 1 minute closure below and targeted 50 points, we would have absolutely banked. But because the stop loss, like the risk to reward, terrible, unless we risk 25. But then that doesn't give us any leeway if we shoot up, because sometimes we inverse and then we shoot straight back to where we were. And 25 points means nothing when you're getting 1 minute candles that move 104 points. What the fuck are we supposed to do? It's really been frustrating these past week because it's just not good conditions at all. And it just feels like I can't take anything. And it's really starting to get to me now because it just makes me feel like it's not my fault, but I've just adapted to the market. And I don't know, maybe because of this I can keep the 50 to 25. But if I take a stupid loss that, you know, goes in drawdown 25 points and then shoots to take profit, I'm not covered. Like, my whole thing is based on 25 to 50. Always, it always has been. That's what's profitable. But you get fucking, like, market conditions like this, right? Where since market open, we have ranged 564 points. What the fuck is going on? Like, what the hell? Like, you might think, oh, look, this looks like a good trade. This looks like a good trade. You know, inverse of this 1 minute gap. You know, sweep and sell. Oh, we didn't sweep sell side. No SMT. Say we inverse this gap. We got another one above. Blah blah blah. You enter here. We go into 67 points of drawdown before booming 250 points. And this just looks like a little retrace. On the higher time frame, we're probably just rebalancing to go lower. Look, fib from high to low, currently in OTE, right? From the 68 to 79%. And we've had a 1 minute IFVG to the downside. But if you'd have entered off this IFVG, you would have a 61 point stop. And the closest low is 318 points. This is not good conditions at all, and it really pisses me off because, look, you might think, oh, this is just a little retrace, we're not in drawdown. If you'd have entered off of that, right, 25 points, there, that is 25 points. Look, we would have just got absolutely ripped a new one, but it's probably going to go lower. It's ridiculous. But then it will run 50 points, no problemo. So do I move to a 1-to-1 risk to reward and just risk the more? Or do I risk less and have my TP at 50 points and go for a terrible RR, like a 1-to-1? Because look, this candle's going to flip bearish now, but this candle, this 1 minute candle, is 39 points already. And we flipped bearish on that candle. And then we just will likely proceed to dig. And it's really annoying. 57 points in one minute candle. If you'd have just pressed buy at 15.27, that's a full TP. We don't move this much. This isn't normal. I'm going to quit my bitching. I'm just really frustrated. This is what the P&L is looking like on the evals. Had them like 2 weeks. I mean, we're getting somewhere, but these conditions are just fucking arse. Absolutely arse. So we're going to try devise a plan and then come back and see what's going on. But anyway, love you all. Take care of yourself. Tell someone you love them. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, stop recording, please. Yep, preferably.